Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to give you an answer for one of the most important questions that people are curious about before they start learning automation using Selenium. That is, do I have to go with Selenium Java or Selenium Python? Which one has a demand? This kind of questions, right? The people have. And I have been asked these questions recently by most of the people. So, what is the answer for that? Let me give you. To get started, both are good guys. Okay. If you're learning with Selenium Java, it has good demand in the market. If you're going with Selenium Python, it also has good demand in the market. So, but what are the different factors and things around this Selenium Java, Selenium Python? I'm going to cover. And also at the end, I'm going to give you some recommendations. Okay, what is the best way to learn and all? Okay, so watch till the end, guys, this particular video, so that you'll understand in and out whether to choose Selenium Java, Selenium Python, and what are the best practices and all those stuff. So as I already mentioned, this choosing of Selenium Java for automation or choosing Python for Selenium automation depends on several factors, guys. Okay, it's not one factor that it will drive, but there are different factors that are going to drive. So what are the factors? First is personal preference, guys. Okay. So people, right, they are fans of some programming language. For example, if I ask you some person, okay, which programming language you like, Java or Python? Some people will say Java, some people will say Python. Okay. They know why they feel like Python is good or why Java is good. They feel okay. So everyone has a personal preference. So you can learn Selenium Java or Selenium Python according to your personal preference of your language. If you feel that okay, Python is for me. Okay, I'm kind of person who like Python than any other programming language. You can learn Selenium with Python, guys. Okay, no problem in that. Both have good demand in the market. No need to worry about that. Okay, so let me give you some pointers or points which decide the personal preference for most of the people. Why people say that Python is good? Why people say that no Java is good? Okay, so what are the different pointers we have? First one, coming to the demand in the market, both languages have good demand, guys. Okay, both Java has good demand, Python has good demand in its own way. Okay, so coming to Python, because of the popularity of this data science and machine learning, right, these days, data science, people talk about data science and machine learning, and Python is the kind of important language behind this data science and machine learning. Okay, the people who are going through data science machine learning, right, they learn Python programming language. Okay, they don't learn other programming languages. Okay, they choose Python for the programming language in case of data science and machine learning. So such kind of people who have the aims to decide the popularity of a particular programming language based on the data science and machine learning, right? They generally tend to be the fans of Python programming. Okay, that is a future language they seek, right? So that perspective will change. That's good. Still, having that perspective is still good, guys. Okay. Now, next thing, coming to the Python, the other fans, the other particular fans in the market who treat Python as having good demand than any other programming languages, that who feel that Python is kind of known for simplicity and ease of use. Okay. If you have written some programming in Java and also in Python, right, writing the code in Python is kind of very simple and easy to use, guys, easy to write. Okay, simplicity. Python is known for simplicity. All the commands, the naming conventions, the names of these classes and all those, right? Very readable. You can understand by reading the class name or a function name or whatever it is, right? You can understand what's happening in the programming. Okay, it's not very difficult to remember those names of the classes and functions or methods, whatever you see, because it's known for simplicity and same time easy to use, guys. Okay, a lot of the inbuilt things are there, like which you can just get the output in by writing just one or two lines of code. Okay, so such kind of facilities are there in Python, guys. So easy to use and you know very simple. It's not a complex one. Okay, now coming to Java, guys. Okay, why Java has good demand in the market and why there are some people in the market who feel like okay, Java is for me. Why the fans for Java? Let me explain. So long-standing reputation. Okay, Python is kind of latest, but Java was there in the market from long time. A lot of people are using Java programming language from long time. So if you see the migration rate, it will be very less, right? People stick to one programming language from long time because they are kind of experts on that. Since the Java is there from long time, Java was already used for some kind of big applications from long time onwards, and people are sticking to that. They don't, until they see a real thing that okay, now it Java can be replaced, then they can move to Python or something. But now this scenario is not like that, because you see, for example, Windows and Mac, which one is good? If you say that, people will say that quality wise Mac is good. But are that many number of people who are using Mac when compared to Windows? Even though Mac looks, you can feel, and the kind of smoothness and everything is good. There are fans for Mac, but ultimately the market is for Windows. A lot of people are using for Windows from long time. They are reluctant to migrate to Mac OS, right? They don't want to get into some other OS, right? Because they are habituated to use Windows. Similarly, Java also is. The people who are writing code in Java, right? They are reluctant to move to Python kind of stuff. So that's why Java is kind of having a long-standing reputation. People are not ready to move to other programming language, even though Python is kind of coming in future and all those stuff. Okay, and at same time, Java community is also very good that it's also competing in the market. Doesn't mean that Java is bad. Okay, people are not reluctant to move because a lot of people are using it from long time, and for a lot of applications they have gained the experience. At same time, Java is also evolving like Python is evolving. So what's the use of moving? They feel. Okay, it is a robust and reliable language, guys. Okay, Java is a robust kind of reliable language. Okay, so stable kind of language where for programming, if you are very expert in Java, right? It's kind of very good one. It's a robust and reliable which you can rely on. Okay, it doesn't make you know leave you in any situations. You can get it done. You can get any solution done with Java. Okay, and coming to the Java, it's popular for large scale and mission critical applications. Since it is there from long time in the market, Java has evolved to such a level where you can use Java for developing large scale and mission critical applications. And Java has lost a bit amount of popularity these days, guys. Okay, so these days it's not saying that Java is now done in the market. It's not like that, guys. Java has lost a bit amount of popularity. Earlier days when you compare, right, Java popularity has just gone down a bit. Okay, but that doesn't mean that people are moving away from Java. Okay, so big amount of popularity has moved in, but still Java is used for like Python is for data science, machine learning. Java is for large scale mission critical applications and enterprise level applications. So why people will move from Java to Python if they are given with this large scale mission critical and they have to develop enterprise level applications? So people will not move. So both have good demand in the market, guys. Ultimately, at the end, I have to say that both have good demand in the market. So you can either start learning Selenium Java, Selenium Python with this one of the factors. That is, your personal preference. You feel you are a fan of Python, then go with Selenium Python. Who is going to stop? Okay. Both demand wise, both are in the good in the market, guys. Okay. Whatever you learn, you are good in the market. Okay. So no need to worry much. Then, uh, what will happen if you learn with Selenium? Okay, when you are learning Selenium, you are kind of second factor. Okay, personal preference I am completed, guys. Okay, based on your personal preference, you can choose which one you want. And second factor that will decide whether Selenium Java is good or Selenium Python is also okay. One more reason is there. Okay, first one depends on your personal preference, right? Which one is good depends on your personal preference. If you are a fan of Python, you will feel Selenium Python is good. If you are a fan of Java, you will feel Selenium Java is good because both have good demand in the market. Second factor that will decide for the people is learning. If you are learning Selenium for the first time, you are new to Selenium, guys. Okay. So you want to learn Selenium with one programming language, but for the first time you are learning Selenium. In that case, which one is better? Selenium is Java is better or Python is better? I recommend Java, guys. Okay. If you are learning Selenium for the first time, I recommend Java for Selenium. And this situation is most apt when you're not good with Java or Python, both programming language you're not aware, but you want to learn Selenium. Okay, in that case, if you have to choose one of the programming language, neither of this language you don't know. Java you don't know, Python you don't know. In that situation, which language you have to choose? If you ask me, then I will say Java only. Okay, since you don't know any of the programming language, I am recommending Java for you in that case. Okay. If you are learning Selenium for the first time or choosing a language for Selenium for the first time and you don't have any knowledge of these programming languages, then Java, definitely. Why? more support and more help on forums is for Selenium Java rather than Selenium Python. When you are learning Selenium for the first time, you say when you are learning something for the first time, right? You should not get confused, right? You should get a lot of as much as help from the community, your colleagues, okay, the forums, YouTube videos, or whatever it is, official website of Selenium or whatever it is. From different places, you need the help, right? To solve your problems or to troubleshoot the errors or problems that you're facing while you're trying to automate an application using Selenium automation, right? You need help in the beginning. Okay, you're just taking the baby steps, right? Someone support is needed now. In that case, I recommend Java for those people. Okay, so this is for the people who are not good with any of the programming languages prior to learning Selenium. Now you came to learn Selenium without having the knowledge of Java or Python, both cases. In that case, Java is recommended because ultimately Java has a lot of support in the market and a lot of answers are written by the people. You see, if you get an error while writing, while running some Selenium automation script, using any programming language, and you got an error or a problem, and you have to Google search, right? Which one you will get more results and more help? Java. Python also you'll get, but compared to Java, Python less help you'll get. Java more help you will get because people are using Java from long time with Selenium. So more help is available on the internet or your friends or whatever it is. More people are into Selenium in Java, guys. Okay, so it's you'll get more help. So when you get started learning with Selenium, if you don't know any programming language, Java is the best one I recommend. Okay, this is one factor that will drive whether Selenium Java or Selenium Python in your case. Then next thing that will decide whether Selenium Java or Selenium Python in the market is the project requirement. For example, you got assigned to a project, and in that project, based on the requirements, for example, depending on different requirements, client may ask to go with a particular language. Okay, this particular project, I recommend you guys to use, Python as a language with Selenium. I want to use Java only as a language or C# as a language for using for automating with Selenium. Like the project to project, the client will decide it. Okay, the client of that particular project will decide based on several factors. One of the reason maybe the client has in some in-house developers. One of the example I'm giving you why client will ask you to go with a particular programming language. One case maybe client has some in-house developers who will develop the application. Now client has given outsourced the testing services to another company. Now that company says that okay, we are going to automate the test cases using Selenium Java. Then the client will interrupt and say that okay, no, my own in-house developers are developing the application based on Python. Even though whatever the automation code you write in any programming language is independent of how the application code is getting developed using which programming language. They are not dependent, right? For example, if developers are writing or developing the application, some application, web application or whatever application using Java, it doesn't mean that you have to automate it with Java only. Selenium Java, it's not recommended. Okay, I mean it's not compulsory. I mean to say, why? Because that Selenium automation thing is independent thing only. Okay, you can take a decision. If application is getting developed using Java code, it doesn't mean that you have to automate your application with Selenium Java. It's not like that. You can use Selenium Python or Selenium Java, Selenium C#, anything. That doesn't matter. But sometimes the client may have this kind of, a request or requirement, whatever you say, where in-house developers are already using Java as a programming language for developing the application. Now, your company say that no, we are actually going to automate this application using Selenium Python. Now the client may say that, oh, no, don't do like that. Okay, because our developers are developing this application using Java programming language. The testing team, if they are writing some Selenium automation code, if they can also do that in same Java, then that will be good. They may be asking. Why? Because the client may have this kind of requirement where later once the testing work is over, right? They want to give all the work to the development team, so the development team don't have to learn two languages, right? So since they are also developing the application on Java and these automation scripts are also there in Java, the flexibility for the client to move the people between the testing team and development team will increase. We don't know which reason, XYZ reason will be there with the client, where the client will ask you or demand you to go with that particular language for the Selenium automation in that project. So based on that also. So coming to my real time, working and all, my experience and all in the IT companies and all, right? So I have seen a lot of people using Selenium Java in their projects. Okay, I have also seen Selenium Python, but not many as compared to Selenium Java. Okay, the projects which were using Selenium Python were less when compared to Selenium Java. And also, guys, one more factor I'll tell you. Like, I'm the trainer. I'm teaching a lot of people, right? I get a lot of training requirements. Earlier, I worked in a company, but now I'm providing trainings because I'm passionate about trainings. Now, as a trainer, also I'll get a lot of requirements for training purpose, right? Teach them on Selenium with Java sometimes. Teach them with Selenium with Python sometimes. Teach this batch Selenium with um that C sharp sometimes, Ruby sometimes, okay, JavaScript sometimes. So how more training requirements where I get is Selenium Java only. Okay, the number of training requirements I get to teach the batch on Selenium Java is higher when compared to Selenium Python or Selenium C sharp or Selenium Ruby or Selenium JavaScript. Second, I get Selenium Python guide. Third, I got Selenium C sharp. Okay, as part of training, I mean to say training requirements I get. Projects also will be in the same manner only. Selenium Java will be in the first position. Selenium Python will be in the second position. C Sharp will be in the third position. You see, it all depends on the client to client because client development team is working on C Sharp means they'll ask you for Selenium C Sharp to write the automation scripts in. Okay, like that case. So that advantages will be there. If tomorrow, if automation script need to be maintained by their developers, right, it will be easy for their developers. One of the case I'm saying why client may go with that. The fourth reason is fourth fourth thing that will decide Selenium Java or Selenium Python is team skills. Team skills means if you're already skillful in one programming language, then it's better to go with for example, if I am very good with Java programming, I'll prefer to go with Selenium Java, right? If I am already good with Python programming, then I prefer to choose Selenium Python. That will also decide which one I would choose, right? That also depends, kind of thing. Okay, decides. You see, there is a company and one project came. Client is not specifically forcing this team to the project team to use Selenium Java, Java with Selenium or Python with Selenium. Like that, client is not forcing, but the project team has to decide that the project team who is going to work on that automation thing, right? They have to decide which programming language. If most of the people in the team know Java, then the project team will decide to go with Selenium Java only. Like that. Okay, that also decides. Next thing is already has knowledge of programming like that. This is for the people, guys. They're coming to Selenium for the first time. They want to learn Selenium for the first time. So they are confused whether I have to learn with Java or Python. Okay, Selenium with Java or Selenium Python, they are confused. For them, I recommend based on the programming language they are already know, guys. If they are good with Python, okay, learning Selenium with Python will take less time, right? Why to again learn Java and then learn Selenium, right? If you already know Python, right, directly start learning Selenium, it will be very easy and they can complete in no time. Similarly, if you're already good with Java, then go with learn Selenium with Java itself. Okay. So based on the programming language you already know, you can decide to go learning with Selenium Java or Selenium Python up to you. Okay, that's also good because both are having good demand in the market. Both these languages have good demand in the market with Selenium. Okay, then what is the other one? Before going to the final advice, I have one more thing also, guys. Okay, so career wise, a lot of people may be having this question like career wise, which one is good, right? You see, if I have to get good job, good salary, good package and all, I'm switching between the jobs and all, I want to get a good hike in my company or whatever the reasons may be. Will I get good things or good demand if I learn Selenium Java if I get good demand? Or if I learn Selenium Python, I'll get a good demand in the market. My salary will be high and offer letters, I'll get more offer letters. Such kind of people are there. So based on that also I can give you some answer. You see, coming to Selenium Java, competition is very high. Job market competition is high, right? The people who know Selenium Java is more. Okay. There are more people in the market, pumped up in the market, who already know Selenium Java. And if you are attending some interviews, and the interview is based on Selenium Java, let's say, okay, they are primarily seeing the skill set as Selenium Java or whatever it is, okay, the number of people attending that interview will be more count. For one job application, let's say 100 people are coming, for example, okay. If a job application is posted on Selenium Java, right, 100 people are coming for that and competition is high, right? Okay, in that 100%, only one seat is there, one slot is there in the company, and that 1% they will select filter from the 100 people. Competition is high, let's say, for this vague example, anyhow. Okay, job market competition is very high because more people are pumped into this. Okay, more people are in this Selenium Java case. What about Selenium Python? Compared to Selenium Java, nowadays the count in Selenium Python is also increasing, but it has not reached the level where the number of people are there in Selenium Java. Most of people know Selenium Java, but a lot of people doesn't know Selenium, that Selenium Python. Okay, so here job as per current timings and all, job market competition is not high in this area, not high when compared to Selenium Java. Selenium Python competition, okay, in case of job, right? For example, a posting is done, you may not get 100 people. When the job description says we need people from Selenium Python, you may not get 100 people. There may be like, nowadays I can say around 60 people, okay, instead of 100, right? 60 will come. So competition is less now. Or maybe 40 also, we don't know. 40, 50, 60 will come depending on the timings and all, right? So when compared to Selenium Java, you have the advantage here in the case of job. The possibility of you getting selected for a job is high because the competition is less in Selenium Python category when compared to Selenium Java. Okay. So Selenium Python, less people know it in the market. A lot of people are not pumped into the market with Selenium Python, like compared to Selenium Java. More people are there in the market. So competition will be definitely high, and your possibility of getting selected for a job is also less in case of Selenium Java. In Selenium Python, possibility of getting selected for a job is high because less people are pumped into the market in Selenium Python and less people know that. Okay, competition will be less in Selenium Python. This is one of the other factor you can take into consideration to decide whether you have to go with Selenium Java or Selenium Python, because both have good demand in the market, right? These are the several factors, guys. But now I'm going to give one crazy and useful advice on learning Selenium Java, Selenium Python. Okay, let me open that up. You can learn both, guys. You see how good it will be if you learn both Selenium Java and Selenium Python, right? You'll not miss the competition. You are with everything. Okay, even though you're a fan, also you're good. Okay, whether you have skills or not, it is a good, right? Project requirements also, you are a flexible person. If tomorrow one project comes in Selenium Java, you'll do it. Selenium Python, you will do it because you have learned both, right? That's also good. Okay, why to go with only Selenium Python, Selenium? Can we learn both? Is it not a good idea to learn both? We can learn both guys, okay? We can learn both Selenium Java, we can learn Selenium Python, we can learn. Both are good. To learn both is also good. Automating an application with the help of Selenium with both the programming languages, Python and Java, is also good, guys, okay? Because we are kind of mixed, flexible kind of people in the company. Okay, tomorrow projects come in Selenium Java, that your managers will pick you for that project. Tomorrow, if Selenium Python comes also, they will pick you because you know both. That's a good advantage, right? Added advantage. And you are very flexible. You will be, they will say that you are very flexible, kind of. Okay, that's an added advantage you got. So, but still, if you want to learn both, don't start learning both at the same time. One leg you put in Selenium Python, another leg you put on Selenium Java at the same time. It's not a good idea. One boat will go in, other direction. Another boat will go in another direction, and you will end up learning nothing. Okay, it will be very difficult to learn both at the same time. So my recommendation here is learn one after the other. Okay, first start learning with Selenium Java. I still recommend, guys, okay, if you're not good with any of the programming languages prior to learning Selenium, right? You're just putting baby steps in Selenium, and neither you know Java nor you know Python. In that case, I recommend you start with Java right away, Selenium Java right away. Complete that from starting to end. Okay, it take 1 month for some people, 1.5 months for some people, 2 months for some people. If you are new to that, complete that in including programming language, you can complete in 2 months, guys. Okay, some people very fast, 1 month, 1.5 month, 2 months. Okay, all depends on how much time you will put into this language for learning and all, Selenium learning and all. Okay, that's all other part. So, but still, I recommend if you want to learn both, also start with Selenium Java, guys. Get confident in that. Okay, focus on how much confidence you have in automating any application type using that Selenium Java kind of thing. First, you kind of complete that, and after that, doesn't take much time for you to learn Selenium Python. Okay, it doesn't take 2 months of time, guys, because already you have the knowledge of Selenium, all the libraries and all those stuff, how to use, how to write, and how to automate different type of things in the application. Everything you know, so it doesn't take same time for Selenium Python this time, because mostly it will take 2 weeks of time, guys. Okay, if you're dedicatedly running it, you can complete in 2 weeks. In very rare case, if you don't have much time, you're 1 month it will take, but within 2 weeks easily you can complete. So just 2 months for Selenium Java, 15 days for Selenium Python, done. Right? Is it easy? Right? Don't break your head with either Selenium Java or to learn Selenium Python. Learn with something else. Start with something. Both are good. Okay? There are two factors here. Personally, I recommend if you don't know any programming language, to conclude, guys. Okay, if you don't know any programming language prior to learning Selenium, then start with Selenium Java, guys, and then go for Selenium Python. Okay, which will take 2 more weeks. Done. But let's say you are a kind of person who don't know Selenium, but you already are good at one programming language, like you are already good with Java, or you are the kind of person who doesn't know Java, but you are good with Python. In that case, start learning Selenium with that programming language you already are aware of. If you already know Python, start with Selenium Python instead of Selenium Java. Okay, then go for Selenium Java, like that. Okay, so this is what is the advice I want to give you, guys. Don't break your heads. It's very simple. You can learn with anything, guys. Both are good, and hope this session will clear out all your doubts and make a decision before getting started with either learning Selenium Java or Selenium Python. Right, this session will give a kind of clarity on which language you have to choose to start learning Selenium. Okay, and ball is in your court, guys. It's your decision that matters. Okay, so that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye.